Hey guys, welcome to MNMM, PTE and NAATI. Today we are going to discuss one of the most important topics of this exam, and that is right from dictation. Now, as you all know, your exam starts with speaking, then you go to writing, then you go to reading, then you have a quick 10 minutes break, and you end your exam by listening section, doing the listening section, right? Now, listening section in itself has 8 different types of topics, and the last topic in listening section is this, right from dictation. Let us discuss today what is it. I would encourage all of you to take good notes so that you can refer your notes whenever you need to, because this is a very important topic and we will discuss everything in this video about right from dictation. Let's get started. So the first thing that I want to share is you will have 3 to 4 questions in exam for right from dictation. The next thing is they will speak a sentence for you. What is your job? You have to listen to the sentence and you have to type the exact same sentence. That is what is the meaning of dictation. Dictation means somebody is speaking and you are writing down whatever that person is speaking. Okay. Now, after 3 to 4 questions, what I want to cover is the length of the sentence. What is the sentence? The sentence that will be spoken in the audio for you. That will be between 7 to 15 words. Most of the cases, there might be plus or minus 1 in exceptions. Now this audio, this sentence is played for you once only. It will not be repeated. So you have to be very attentive. Okay. Now, in terms of words, this is the length. In terms of time, this audio might take anything between 3 to 5 seconds. Okay. Now, after this audio ends, obviously you have to type the same sentence. But during this audio, when the audio is being played for you, your job is to take notes. How to take notes? We will discuss that in a couple of minutes, so don't stress about that part. Now let's say my note taking is completed. What is the next step? Next step is typing. Typing the sentence. After typing is completed, I would check, because whenever I type, I might have made some mistakes. So checking is very important. And then obviously you will click next and move on to the next question. Now, in listening section, there is a collective time given to you to finish the entire section. We will make a separate video on how to manage time in listening section, so don't worry about it. But what I would say is, for now, when you practice, you should be able to finish one question of right from dictation in 2 minutes. So these 2 minutes include you listening to the sentence and taking notes, typing, checking checking whatever you have typed, sorry for that, and then obviously clicking next. So all this, one right from dictation should be completed in 2 minutes, within 2 minutes. For now, just keep that in mind. Okay. So what are the skills involved in right from dictation? Listening, because you are first listening to the sentence and then writing. So listening and writing, they will get scores in this section. What is the weightage? 30 to 40 marks out of 90 in listening, 30 to 40 marks out of 90 in writing. And this is enough for all of us to understand that this is a very, very important topic. Okay. Now, there are a couple of rules that I want to discuss before we proceed towards note taking. Let us see what those rules are. Whenever you type any sentence, we have to make sure of a couple of things which we might neglect because we are stressed in exam. Small little things. Number 1, full stop. You will always get a sentence. I have till date never seen any question in right from dictation. So it is always a sentence. So you have to make sure that you do put a full stop at the end. If you don't do that, you will lose 1 mark for not putting just a full stop. Okay. Second, if you feel a pause within the audio, for example, the audio says, it is raining very heavily today, but it was not raining yesterday. Did you feel that pause after the first part of the sentence where I said it is raining heavily today? There was a pause. You could feel that pause. Whenever you feel that pause, put a comma while typing the sentence at that part. Okay. If you don't feel the pause, please do not put comma. Again, I would like to clarify one thing over here. You will only put comma if you felt the pause in the audio. You will not put the comma just because you think a comma should come here. No. For example, there is a sentence like this. My favorite colors are green, blue and yellow. Okay. Now, technically, if you are writing this sentence, my favorite colors are green, comma, blue and yellow. This is the right way of writing it. But when the audio was played, what was it? My favorite colors are green, blue and yellow. Was there a pause after green? No. So you will not put a comma. You have to be attentive. If you feel the pause, you put the comma. If you don't feel the pause, you will not put the comma. Straight. Okay. Third, any name that is proper noun. Let's say, for example, Australia. A has to be capital. Okay. Or the first letter of the first word. Okay. Also, I have seen a lot of time students writing I like this just because it is in the middle of the sentence. Please don't do that. The word I, if you're writing only I, okay, whether it is the first word or in the middle of the sentence, it is always capital. We never write I like this. Okay. For example, if I say I am making Chinese food today. I'm making Chinese food today, and I also will be eating it. Let's say this is the sentence. Now, some of you might be saying because this I is in the middle of the sentence, it is small, but that is wrong. You will always put a capital I, even if it is the first or in the middle or at the end, doesn't matter. Okay. And this is not for right from dictation. This is in general English as well. This rule applies in general English as well. Okay. The next thing that I want to cover is spellings. Obviously, spellings need to be right. Now, a lot of students ask me, can I use American English? Can I use British English? I just want to clarify one thing, and this is according to Pearson. This is not my thing. Okay. If you have written a spelling and that falls in any of the criteria, whether it is British, Australian, American, Canadian, doesn't matter. If it is certain form of English and it is there in that English, you know, that spelling is there in that English, you will get your score. Does not matter you use whichever type. Okay. So Pearson is not fussy about it. Use any spelling you want. For example, let's say I have written the spelling of color as COLOUR, but you have written it as COLOR. We both will get a right for it. Okay, so I'm just clarifying this today. So we have covered full stop, we have covered comma, we have covered capital letter, and we have covered spellings. So I think pretty much everything is covered. Last thing that I want to cover is numbers. If you have been given address, okay, and date, year, if there is an address, if there is a date, or if there is a year, then you can write the figures. For example, if there is an address called 90 King William Street or 16 Elizabeth Avenue. Okay, so 90 and 16, they are part of address. You can write it as figures. If you have been given date, let's say 25th of July, you can write it as this. If you have been given year 1978, you can write it like this. Symbols or symbols, whatever you want to call it. Okay, let's say percentage or dollar or and. Please do not use any symbols. Write down the spelling for every single thing. Percentage, dollar, and whatever you have to use, please write spellings, no symbols allowed. Okay. Now, if you keep these rules in mind for right from dictation, you will definitely get a very good score. Let us quickly jump to what is the note-taking strategy. I will discuss one strategy with you which I have been using since many years now. And I'm so impressed with this strategy because I still remember when I was a student long ago, years ago, and when PTE first came in my life, and when I saw this method, I was like, I can never do it. And you will feel it if you have never done it, at least for first few days. But believe me, my target was 50 sentences every day. I used to practice 50 sentences every day in a library where I used to go and study. And within 1 week's time, I was master of this method. And then I knew that I can do any write from dictation, and I had to do it looking at the weightage that this topic carries. Okay, so I would call it as an investment. When you start this method, I can guarantee you, most of you, not all of you, most of you will not like it. You will be like, oh man, I don't like it. It's not making sense to me. It's very hard. Agreed. I would not deny that. Please do not give up. Look at the weightage. At least give yourself a window of 1 week. Try to do at least 50 sentences a day. In a week, there are 7 days. Let's take it 5 days. 250 sentences and you will be in a much better situation. Okay. Now, what is the note-taking strategy called? Initials. Okay, it's called initials. Now, what do you mean by initials? Please write it down. First letter of every word. First letter of every word. Let's say the sentence is, it is a bright sunny day in London today. Let's say this is the sentence, okay? It is a bright sunny day in London today. When I listen to this sentence, how will I take notes? It is a bright sunny day in London today. Now, I am pretty sure a lot of you might be laughing, or you might be like, are you serious? This is a real method? Yes, this will help you, and that's a guarantee because this has helped. I can't even count that many number of students. Okay. Now, it is a bright sunny day in London today. Why do we write like this? Because if you try and write down the complete sentence in notes, you might not be able to finish it because of the speed of the audio and sometimes the length of the sentence. Okay, so you have to keep that in consideration as well. Now, let's say I have written the notes like this. Few things that I want to add over here. Let's say there is a plural word in the sentence. For example, there are many flowers in the garden. Okay, simple sentence. So I will write it like this. Please pay attention. There are many flowers in the garden. Did you see this S that I've put a small s in F? Why? Because I know that's a plural word. Why do I do this? Because I have seen this. A lot of students, they miss S when there is a plural word in write from dictation. And second thing that they miss is D in the past tense. Okay, when they listen, they know it is D. When they write, they forget. So if there is a plural word, please put a small s in the notes. If there is a past tense word, for example, let's say produced, so I will put a small d. Only for past tense you can do D, and for plural you can put S. Keep these two things in mind for your note taking and you will love this topic. Okay, do not forget to do S and D. Now, so this is called the note taking strategy. Again, I will cover one thing. Write from dictation. How much should I practice? 50 sentences a day if you really want your scores. Okay, if not 50, the least you can go is 30, not less than that. Okay, 30 sentences a day. There is a lot of material on websites like Ape Uni or Alpha PT, Real PT. There are so many websites out there, and you have YouTube. There is a lot of audios on YouTube as well. Practice anything. Please do not have this mindset that, I will practice only this material and I will definitely get a sentence from that material. No, please don't do that. Practice in a way that any sentence played for you, you should be able to do it. So you can go for any random video, start practicing it. Don't stick to a certain level of material. Do anything that you come across, and that should be okay. Okay. Now let us do one thing. Let me play one or two sentences and let me do the note taking for you, and also I will show you how will I write the sentence. Okay, let's do that.
Financial help for undergraduate study is available on application.
Okay, so I've paused it. Financial help for undergraduate studies available on application. Now I am a pen and paper person, so my handwriting will be a little bad over here, so please excuse me for that, and obviously a full stop. So financial help for undergraduate studies. Can you see how I've put S in the notes? Available on application, and obviously a full stop at the end. This is what I need to develop. Now there are 3 steps involved in this thing that you have to do if you really want a good score. Number 1 is taking notes, like initial method. Okay, you will do that in the notebook. You will get notebook and pen in the exam. Second thing is you will first write down the complete sentence in the notebook first. Okay, and then third step is typing. Then you will type the same sentence in the computer. Lot of students, they skip step number 2. What they will do is they will first take initials in the notebook, then they will straight away go and start typing, and guess what happens? They forget what is those initials standing for. Don't do that, please. First step, initials in the notebook. Second step, write down the complete answer in the notebook. Third step, type the same sentence, check it, and then move on. You have 2 minutes per question. They will not give you 2 minutes. We will be figuring out what needs to be done, but for now just keep it that you have 2 minutes in, right from dictation in this exam, and this is more than enough. 2 minutes is more than enough to finish these 3 steps. You can easily do it, so don't stress about it, but please do not skip any of these steps. Okay, now this is just one question that I've done and shown it to you. We will come up with more videos where we will do a lot of questions and a lot of different things, but this is how you need to do right from dictation. I hope I've covered everything regarding right from dictation. Please do it. Please practice a lot, and when you finish practicing, just what you can do is just play a random new video with audios and take a test for yourself and see if you're getting all those correct. And if you feel you're still facing some challenges in this topic, feel free to comment in the comment section below, and we will definitely help you. Take care, stay safe, bye for now, and I'll see you next time in the next video. Take care, bye.